Next, I'm going to draw my stems on my pumpkins. So I'm going to grab a green for this step. And at the top of this one, where these two parts touch the middle circle, I'm going to have my stems start there. I'm going to try to make them all a little bit different from each other. Maybe this one is going to curve all the way over like that. Maybe these ones are short. Maybe these ones curve this way. So each of them will have their own sort of unique stem. And so far, all I've got are these outlines. But to start to make it look interesting, I'm going to pick where I'm going to put my moon. So I'm going to grab a gray, and I'm going to pick where I'd like this moon on my page. I think I'm going to make my moon right about here. I'm not going to fill it in yet. This is going to help me decide how to color in my different pumpkins. So I use the darkest color orange to make my outline. Then I'm going to get sort of a medium orange, and I'm going to go around the inside. So I'm going to start to color it in a little bit, trying not to color over my lines. I don't know if you'll be able to tell the difference between the two colors in the video, but I'm going to color more around the outside of each part, like this, but not crossing over those lines. Now my moon is going to show a reflection. So when it shines on this pumpkin, the part that's going to get the most light will be on this side up here. So I'm going to make sure to make that the brightest part of my pumpkin. So I might actually use a really light orange over there, so it looks like it's getting the most light. But it still doesn't look totally three-dimensional yet. So if the light's hitting it, I'm actually going to use a little bit of white, and the white would have to go right where the light would hit it. So I might go like this and put it right on top, and this section of the pumpkin would also be hitting the light. Now it's looking like it's reflecting in the light a little bit. And if you notice, I also curved my lines a little bit because a pumpkin isn't flat, it's curved. So I have to also curve those lines. Now, if the light's also coming from here, it's going to have some shadows underneath. So the shadows would be on the bottom side of the pumpkin. I can use a couple different colors for that. I could choose to use black. I could choose to use a blue. I could choose many different colors to make my shadow. For my purposes, I might go with the black for this one. And I'm just going to put this on the opposite side of the pumpkin, like this, because that's the part of the pumpkin that receives the least amount of light. So once I have this, I don't want to go too crazy with the black. So now I might get a red, and I might mix it with this black here, just to make it look a little bit softer than it was before. I could do the same thing by using a blue. I can actually just put that right over top so you can see. If I wanted to use blue instead, it just looks like it's sort of a shadow, and it's not quite as harsh as the black. So now this pumpkin is looking a little bit more three-dimensional because the parts that don't get hit by sun are darker, or not sun, the moon, and parts that do get hit by the moon are a little bit lighter.